Welcome to Hero Villains. Today's battle, do you think Gorr the God Butcher can fight and defeat Doomsday? Gorr wields the all-black sword, the Necrosword, which grants him godlike powers, including superhuman strength, durability, and the ability to create constructs and summon shadows. He is also highly intelligent and strategic, having defeated many gods across the universe. Gorr's motivation stems from a deep hatred for the gods, whom he believes are indifferent to the suffering of mortals. This drives him to constantly seek to destroy them. Doomsday is known as one of Superman's greatest enemies. He possesses superhuman strength, speed, durability, and the ability to adapt and evolve after each defeat, making him virtually invulnerable. His most famous ability is the ability to come back stronger after death. Doomsday is famous for killing Superman in the Death of Superman storyline, showing his immense strength and resilience. Before we dive into the analysis, please hit the subscribe button. Please remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Gorr is a fearsome warrior with powers far beyond those of ordinary beings. The fact that he can destroy gods with ease proves his formidable fighting ability and destructive power. Doomsday, even a constantly evolving monster with the ability to adapt quickly, would have a hard time dealing with Gorr. His physical strength alone allows Gorr to go toe-to-toe with Thor, one of Asgard's strongest warriors. Not only that, his endurance is enough to survive the attacks of Stormbreaker, a divine weapon that can cut through space. Gorr also possesses the Necrosword, a sword that can kill gods. Compared to Wonder Woman's weapon, the sword that cut off Doomsday's hand, the Necrosword is certainly far superior. In addition, Gorr can summon dark tentacles to control and bind Doomsday, rendering him unable to fight back. With his strength, weapons, and brutal tactics, Gorr is able to take down Doomsday without much difficulty. Gorr is not only a formidable force, but also a brutal fighter with an uncompromising fighting style. When facing Doomsday, he will not give the monster a chance to adapt or fight back. Using the Necrosword, Gorr can strike quickly and accurately, cutting Doomsday apart before he can regenerate. Doomsday can evolve to overcome previous threats, but when he cannot react to Gorr's speed and ruthlessness, the process becomes meaningless. Becomes somewhat meaningless because Doomsday is known as one of Superman's most dangerous enemies with almost limitless strength and durability. His ability to regenerate stronger after each defeat makes him a formidable opponent. However, this does not mean he is invincible. The Necrosword is not just a regular melee weapon, but also carries dark energy that can hinder Doomsday's regeneration. When repeatedly slashed and disintegrated by a weapon designed to destroy gods, even someone with overwhelming power like Doomsday will have a hard time standing firm. Gorr does not possess supernatural powers, but what makes him terrifying is his sword, the Necrosword. It is not only a weapon of destruction, but also a living entity with evil power. The Necrosword chose Gorr because of his endless pain and hatred for the gods. The sword not only kills, but also completely absorbs the life essence, body, and soul of its victims, leaving no chance for any creature, be it god or monster, to revive. Doomsday, the ultimate product of evolution, is nothing more than a biological experiment, an advanced form of the Lazarus jellyfish. He is not a god, and his regenerative power is not a mystical miracle, but even if some force tried to bring Doomsday back, the Necrosword would completely nullify it. His essence, instead of returning to his body, would be drawn into the sword and become an eternal source of energy for Gorr. Gorr was not only a god slayer, but also a being capable of withstanding the most powerful attacks. Even King Thor, with his God Blast, one of the most powerful attacks ever performed, could not harm him. Meanwhile, Doomsday, despite his overwhelming power and rapid evolution, had never shown anything that could match the level of destruction that Gorr had faced and overcome. The Necrosword, or Godslayer, was not simply a sword, but a living being created from primordial darkness. Its nature was that of a Godslayer, carrying within it an evil energy that could tear apart any living thing, even erasing an entity from existence. If Doomsday is considered a god, his fate becomes even clearer. Eternal destruction, Gorr is a Godslayer. His power is enough to overwhelm the mightiest beings, including those of the Skyfather level. What makes Gorr so dangerous is the all-black Necrosword, a weapon forged from the head of a celestial by Noel, the dark god. This sword not only helps Gorr subdue King Thor, a being more powerful than Odin, the Necrosword not only wields destructive power, but also has the ability to absorb the energy and life force of any being it strikes. In the hands of Galactus, the Algraph version of the Necrosword can cleave planets in two. When wielded by Gorr, it allows him to fight on par with the Avenger Thor and even cause destruction on a multiversal scale. Gorr's power is enough to plunge all of reality into darkness, pushing the multiverse to the brink of destruction. Gorr is a veteran warrior with centuries of experience. He has confronted and defeated countless gods and is a master torturer, to the point that he once claimed to have successfully tortured a torture god. This shows that he relies not only on strength but also on the ability to manipulate and break the will of his most powerful enemies, making him a nearly invincible entity. This sword not only provides him with destructive power, but also allows him to lift over 100 tons on par with Thor. This is especially important since Thor and Superman are considered to be entities of comparable power. Doomsday is a destructive entity with physical strength far surpassing that of a Kryptonian, allowing him to move and attack with terrifying ferocity. Doomsday's body structure is also a deadly weapon, with sharp bones that can easily pierce the skin of a Kryptonian, making him one of the most dangerous creatures ever created. Furthermore, he has the ability to project these bones as long-range weapons and then actively retract them thanks to a special tendon system. He is also immune to the methods that have killed him before. Doomsday is, in essence, not a full Kryptonian, but the product of brutal genetic experimentation. Bertrand, the scientist who created him, claims that he is not a native of Krypton, but an entity designed to survive and evolve. While I'm sure Gorr has amassed an impressive arsenal of knowledge while killing gods, Doomsday has died thousands of times, each time differently, and has returned in a state of rebirth. So the trick for Gorr is to find the only thing that hasn't killed Doomsday and use it on him. Now, having said that, even if Gorr somehow defeated Doomsday once, he would regenerate himself again and come back, and Gorr would have to find another way to kill him again. Doomsday and Hulk are both machines of destruction with incredible physical strength, capable of leveling entire planets. While there is much debate as to who would win in a fight between them, there is no denying that both possess powers on a comparable level. Doomsday not only surpasses Superman, but has also taken down the entire Justice League. He has even destroyed Imperiex probes, entities that are linked to the power of the Big Bang, something very few beings in the universe can do. Not only that, Doomsday easily overpowered Wonder Woman, a warrior who can fight on par with gods. Please subscribe to the channel, it helps us a lot, and moreover, you will get to watch great videos every day. You are the best. Thank you very much. Gorr, he was able to go toe-to-toe with Odin, who defeated Surtur, a being capable of destroying entire worlds and more powerful than the King of Monsters. Gorr killed Falagar the Behemoth, a being who could wrestle black holes for fun. This proves that his power far surpasses any being in the Monsterverse, as no monster in the Monsterverse can match a being that can resist the gravity of a black hole. Gorr defeated not one but 3 versions of Thor at once, including King Thor. Even when Thor used both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker and even combined them with the power of Zeus's lightning, they were still unable to defeat him. This proves that Gorr is capable of destroying high-level beings like Darkseid Avatar. Meanwhile, Doomsday, with his ability to constantly evolve, could easily crush Homelander and was even strong enough to destroy Ghidorah, absorbing energy from his gravity beams and destructive attacks. Doomsday is an entity. Contrary to what Invincible fans may claim, Doomsday could have swept through much of that universe without any trouble. Kiltramite, no matter how powerful, would have been a mere blob in the face of Doomsday's wrath. If anyone could pose a real threat to him, it would probably be Spawn, a being with godlike power and the ability to manipulate reality. Many would argue that Doomsday could be defeated the same way twice, but in reality, his adaptability has been well documented. For example, when Superman once used a sonic cannon against him, Doomsday immediately grew spikes on his ears to neutralize it. He even humiliated Darkseid, one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe, so that Darkseid's Omega beams were completely ineffective against him. Before being imprisoned and banished from the planet, Doomsday had decimated an entire civilization. His defeat of Darkseid on Apocalypse was not only a testament to his immense destructive power, but also to his complete immunity to the Omega Sanction. While Superman struggled to fight the Omega Sanction, Doomsday simply stood before it unscathed, continuing to overwhelm and defeat Darkseid on his own turf. Darkseid's power has changed over time. New threats have emerged, causing Kryptonian entities like Superman to become much more powerful than they were before. While Darkseid has weakened somewhat since his prime, this does not diminish his status, but it does show that Darkseid is no longer as invincible as many believe. In the DC Universe's power hierarchy, Darkseid was once the ultimate force. The confrontation between Gorr and Doomsday is not only with his sharp intellect and centuries of experience in destroying gods, he will certainly have the advantage in planning and finding an effective approach to defeat his opponent. However, Doomsday is the embodiment of constant evolution. Every attack Gorr unleashes, no matter how clever or deadly, has the potential to be learned and adapted by Doomsday, making a prolonged battle all the more difficult. If the confrontation takes place in a place where Gorr can fully utilize the power of the all-black Necrosword, a weapon that has absorbed the power of countless gods, then he may have a chance to inflict serious damage on Doomsday. The sword can not only cut through the most powerful beings, but also absorb their life force, negating the opponent's ability to regenerate. But if Doomsday is given enough time to adapt to the weapon, he may develop a resistance to the Necrosword, making it a drawn-out battle where whoever lasts longer will be stronger. Ultimately, Doomsday will likely emerge victorious thanks to his ability to evolve and his unstoppable destructive power. Initially, Gorr could deal serious damage with All Black the Necrosword, even cutting Doomsday into pieces. However, the problem was that Doomsday not only revived, but was also immune to previous methods of killing him. This meant that each time Gorr attempted to strike Doomsday with his sword, Doomsday would become stronger and harder to hurt. Doomsday also had superior physical strength, able to fight Superman on par with him and kill him. He did not need complex tactics, just pure strength and brutality. Over a prolonged battle, Gorr would gradually become exhausted from facing an opponent who could not be killed by conventional means. Eventually, Doomsday would adapt to the point where Gorr's attacks would become ineffective. At that point, all it would take was one powerful punch to crush Gorr, finishing off the Godslayer in a brutal manner. Doomsday won through sheer power and infinite evolution. I hope you enjoy this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That's it for today's video. Thanks a lot.